Based off of how Damone Clark finished the 2022 NFL season, there are people out there who believe this guy may be a starting linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys this upcoming season. Clark, in my opinion, finished really strong. The guy was explosive. He really showed his sideline to sideline ability that he kind of showed us at his time at LSU. And to me, the second-year linebacker has a massive upside going into this season. And today we're going to talk about it. You get plays like this where he does a really nice job being patient, filling his gap, mirroring the running back, and being able to get in the gap and help make the play. Nothing major here, but it is a guy doing his job, and it is something that I think the coaching staff is going to look at as they head into the 2023 NFL season. I'm really fired up to break down Clark. Let's get right into it. Now, one of the things when I watch tape I like to look at is how guys can get off the block, create that separation, how they read a play. And one of the things that I think is very important is to watch a play multiple times, right? Really understand what the offensive linemen are trying to do, what the running back is trying to do in terms of the actual play, and how guys kind of read that, right? On the defensive side. So on this play here, you're going to see that the right guard right away is going to get out of his stance. He's going to pull to the right here. And Clark is going to quickly see that, and he's going to fill that gap. As the guard pulls, Clark sees that, fills the gap. But to me, the best part of this play is how Clark gets his hands on that offensive lineman, takes him on, and then he throws him to the side. And he gets off the block, right? And to me, if you're going to be a linebacker in the NFL, you got to use your hands. You got to get off the block. And it may not translate today into a lot of success. Obviously, Clark has so much he has to continue to learn and develop in. But when you do the little things correctly, oftentimes it's going to lead to you winning. Oftentimes it's going to lead to you making plays, right? And I think it's very clear Clark is a very good processor, very good in terms of reading offensive linemen. At the same time, you can see that natural flow, right? He naturally understands how to play linebacker. He's able to quickly see the little things. To me, this is a really nice play right here. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Check this next rep out. You have an outside zone to the right. Watch Damone Clark do an absolute beautiful job blowing this play up. I mean, to me, this is just a really nice job to understand what's happening in front of you, to understand what the offense may try to do, and then from there, just kind of take advantage of it. Now, this is an outside zone to the right, which means the center, right guard, right tackle are all going to flow to the right. You guys watch the right guard here. As he flows to the right and double teams here, he's going to try to pick off Clark. And Clark's going to do a really nice job avoiding that block. You're going to see Clark is not going to allow this guard to reach to him. Instead, he's going to flow over the top. He's going to get his hands right there to the back of that offensive lineman. And from there, he jumps the gap. And he's able to blow this play up. I mean, to me, that's just a really nice job being able to get there. This play only picks up about a yard. And it's because of Clark's ability to jump the gap and just do a really nice job being able to blow this play up. Now, obviously, within this play, the defensive lineman here does a pretty nice job being able to kind of flow to the right, hold the gap a little bit, make it hard on that center and right guard to reach up to the linebacker. So good job by that defensive lineman. Of course, Clark does a nice job jumping it. It's a really nice job. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Check this play out. The defense is going to be in a Tampa 2. And they're going to put Clark responsible for running with any receiver that runs across the middle of the field. And on this play, you're going to see a receiver does indeed run across the middle of the field. And you see Clark do a really nice job picking that off. For a defensive coach to put the trust in a rookie linebacker to run through the middle of the field and pick off a wide receiver is, you got to trust a guy to be able to do those type of things. To me, to make your rookie linebacker the guy to kind of pick off those receivers, to me, that's an interesting responsibility to give to a rookie. But obviously, it shows you the faith and trust that Dan Quinn may have in a guy like Damone Clark. Kind of an interesting play. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Check this rep out once again. Really nice job flowing through the football, getting in there, taking on the tight end this time, and blowing the play up. Just a gain of about 2 yards. But again, it's that recognition, right? The ability to read, react, really get into that gap. To me, that's a really nice rep right there. Let's go ahead and get to the next play. All right, you got a really interesting rep here. If you watch, you're going to see a bunch of guys flow to the right of your screen, but the run here is actually going to be to the left. So it's kind of interesting because Clark's going to actually read all this, right? He's going to be able to see this, react to it. You'll see here, you got a bunch of guys pulling to the right, but again, the play's to the left. And Clark's right there to kind of help blow it up. Again, very interesting play, right? Because If you only read offensive linemen, if you only read kind of the flow of where the play is going, you would think this play is going to hit to the right. And even Clark points that way, right? You can see him really get that finger up and just back it up. You're going to see him point to the right, trying to tell guys that, hey, the play may be going to that side based off of where guys are kind of pulling. But again, the play is going to be to the left. Clark does a really nice job taking on the offensive lineman there, keeping that separation, getting off the block, finds the ball carrier. Of course, the ball carrier does end up slipping, but still, it's a nice job reading and reacting to that play right there. Alrighty, guys, final rep from the Tennessee Titans game. Once again, watch Clark do a really nice job filling his gap. To me, this is exactly what I want to watch on tape. You know, just being able to read and react, get in your gap, make sure the running back doesn't have that lane. This is top tier stuff right here, man. I absolutely love the fact that he flows perfectly to where he needs to get. More than that, as he flows, he does a good job getting in that gap, right? Really filling the only space that the running back may have to be able to pick up any yards. To me, so really, really nice job. Let's go ahead and get into the next tape. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and get into the Jacksonville tape. I think there's a lot of very interesting things on this tape here. You know, one of the things that I look for in a linebacker is his ability to get off blocks, right? But when you think about his ability to get off blocks in itself, there's different blocks to get off of. And here's an example of a type of block I like to see him get off of. And here's what I mean by that. Number 79 here has the angle on number 33. There's no way Clark should be able to theoretically get over the top, right? Even though the play here is to the left, the offensive lineman knows it. The lineman has the responsibility to seal off number 33. If you guys watch Clark closely, he's going to take on the offensive lineman. And based off the way he gets his hands into the chest of that lineman, he's able to get around the block. So to me, that right there in itself is very impressive. All right, being able to get off the block in different ways, to me, goes a long way. And in this instance, he does a nice job being able to get off the block of a guy who has the blocking angle on him, right? So again, and I get it, he's not the first one to make the play, but it's not always about making the play when you're playing team defense, right? Team defense means that guys are all swarming to the football. You're cutting off every possible angle that a guy may have, right? Everybody's boxing in a guy and getting there. In this instance, you see 4 guys are basically there that boxed off this running back. To me, that's exactly what I want to watch. It's a really, really nice rep right there. Watch the recognition here by Clark. Doesn't do anything massive, but he does deliver a nice little hit. Of course, I always love watching things like this. He's able to get there, make a nice little hit. Nothing major, but I do like the recognition, right? He's on the line of scrimmage. He drops back. He recognizes the quarterback's rolling, and then he starts swarming to the football towards that side. The quarterback tries throwing it to the running back, and had the running back caught this, the running back picks up nothing, right? Because Clark's right there, and Clark lays a massive hit. Hey, absolutely like to see that. I want to just show you guys this play really quickly. The play is going to begin, and watch Clark drop back into coverage. It is a run play, but I do find it interesting that Dan Quinn from inside the box has guys kind of drop back pre-snap, and I understand why you do that. You know, if you're going to stack the box, you're really going to struggle trying to stop the pass, and one of the ways to kind of slow it down is to have a guy drop. So it's kind of interesting. I do like the fact that as he recognizes this is a run, and number 74 here has a one-on-one block. I like how Clark kind of fakes to the right, and then he's going to get over the top to the left. Nothing major, but I do like the fact that he's able to get past that guy there and kind of get there to help make the play. Just an interesting play. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. You got another play where Clark shows really good recognition once again. This play picks up a lot of yards, picks up about 8 yards. A little bit too many yards, but I still like the recognition, right? I think on this play specifically, Clark recognizes it pretty quickly, and he's going to be able to kind of chase it. Now, it's not his responsibility to be there, but he does do a good job being able to kind of get out there and box it in from the backside. Of course, it's a good football player, and Evan Ingram picks up 8 yards. Still, pretty nice recognition. Can definitely see how quickly he processes. I think as he gets into year 2, 3, 4, and 5, he's going to be much faster and much quicker at processing these type of things. But for a rookie, this is still a pretty nice job right here. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Another nice rep here. He stays patient. He stays consistent. He's really playing in between the tackles here. Gets his nose in there. Makes the play. Just a gain of 1 or 2 yards. Really, really nice play. This is the bread and butter of being able to be a consistent starting inside linebacker. You know, when you're going to run these inside runs, and we know the Cowboys struggled this past season, it's going to be up to those linebackers, those interior defensive linemen, to really be able to stuff the inside runs, right? Really make everything flow to the outside, as Dan Quinn likes to run his defenses. So an interesting play here, kind of showing that he can kind of stay within the box. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. All right, you got another really nice rep. You're going to see once again, Clark's going to jump to the inside and blow the play up. I mean, to me, that's a really, really nice rep. I know some people will say, well, he didn't technically make the tackle, or at least he wasn't the first one there. But, I mean, the lane is to the inside, and Clark does such a nice job jumping it that the running back here has to bounce it to the outside. And he basically bounces it right into the guy that's containing the edge here. To me, that's just a really, really nice job. Now, this does look like it's some sort of blitz as opposed to him just making a really nice read, because he really goes right when the ball is snapped. You can see him really jump right there to the inside. Still, really nice job being able to jump that and basically stop a play before it gets going. Watch Clark once again do a really nice job just containing everything inside, flowing, finding the football. Just navigating, right? There's a lot of stuff that's really going on with the linemen. Guys are kind of flowing left and right. And again, just being consistent and making the play. I mean, to me, this guy has massive upside. And his upside is so damn high. You know, he's 22 years old. He really showed a lot last season. Even plays like this, you know, where he was able to recognize the play and then force the fumble. I mean, to me, that's just a really, really nice rep. And again, I think this is one of those guys that by the time year 2 comes around, he's going to be so much better because he's going to be smarter, he's going to be faster, he's going to be stronger, and the entire speed of the game is going to have slowed down for him. To me, this is one of those guys that I think has the actual upside to start and be a solid contributor. I know the Cowboys drafted a linebacker out of Texas, but I think over time, both Clark and Overshown are going to end up starting and being a really, really good duo in the league. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this is the first time you're on this channel, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time with another video.